difficult thing to get ready for because it's so unusual. And so South Point did a great job of that. Now, RS does not go at your knees as much. They do a lot more of the combo blocks. They do a lot more of the down blocks, and their entire offense is predicated on trying to find angles and making blocks to open up holes for their fullback and their quarterback and their halfback. And so that's what Central does. And they like to get the ball. Number 2, their quarterback, Tyrone, senior running back, fullback Matt Atchley, he runs exceptionally hard, and those are the 2 guys that they really try to run the football with.
Yeah, and we've seen Atchley's been starting for about 3 years for RS Central. He's a hard-nosed runner, goes both ways, maybe plays even some special teams. He's a special player for RS Central. He's had a couple of games, one game over 60 yards, one over 80, and one over 100 in the rushing game. And then Whitesides can come in and spell him, as well as Doodle Watkins. So they got weapons. They've got skill position, and Shelby's going to have to be up to the task again tonight, like they were and had to be in the first 3 ball games, because Shelby's played some quality opponents so far that just does. And I'll tell you what, it's a good front 7. How about guys like Clay Husky? 3 games into the season, 29 tackles, 11 tackles for loss, 4.5 sacks, a defended pass, a blocked extra point. Not a bad start. And then on the other defensive end side, Siobhan Miller, he's got 13 tackles, a sack, a pass broken up, 3 tackles for losses, 2 blocked punts, and a blocked punt return, or a blocked field goal return for a touchdown. Not bad work from those 2 guys.
Well, those defensive ends are special, and we look for another big game, because one of the major things that Central likes to do is they like to run that fullback off the guard and off tackle, and if the defensive ends are doing a great job, they're not able to run that fullback off the guard and off the tackle. The other favorite play that South Point hurt us with, it's a double option where the quarterback either gives the ball right up the gut to the fullback, or he runs it off tackle. And South Point ran that quite well last week, and Central has had a lot of luck, a lot of success running that as well. So Golden Lions are going to have to do a good job with that. Now, one of the major advantages that the Golden Lions have had all year has been the kicking game. And hopefully we'll continue that. Richard Wright has done an excellent job both kicking and punting. And one of the things I've noticed on this film that I've seen of RS is they hadn't decided exactly who their kicker is, and their punters had a little bit of difficulty as well. And generally we take a break before we talk about special teams. Officials are trying to get this game started early because of the worries about weather, but RS Central is trotting their kickoff team on the field already, Brent, and the Golden Lion receiving team is running out on the field as well. Now, the band has not quite yet yielded the field, and so we're about ready to start this game.
Well, I guess we are. Shelby's going to receive, something that the Golden Lions like to do. They like to get that offense out there and try to get into the end zone early and put some pressure on the opponent. And Shelby's got the ball to start off this game. Back deep, freshman Xavier Brooks, sophomore Jaden Borders. So the youngsters back deep. And let's see who that is kicking off tonight for RS Central. Which one of the 3 or 4 guys?
So just trying to figure out what that other number is. And I haven't seen a 60 number kick off yet, so it's hard to say, but he has kicked it off.
It's 60, Luther Herrera, taken by the upback Buck Usry at the 25, and he's already across the 35 to the 40. Bounces outside, breaks 1 tackle. He's to the 45, cuts back, flags on the field, and he's down at the 48-yard line. And flag in the neighborhood of maybe a block in the back on the Golden Lions, or could be maybe a face mask against the Hilltoppers. Let's see what the call is.
It's going to be a block in the back. So the Golden Lions will start off. It looks like the penalty is going to be marked at the 43. So Shelby will start on their 33. after what was a really good return. Unfortunately, we got a 10-yard penalty on that.
So the Golden Lions will start. I wouldn't call it excellent field position, but certainly not bad field position for the Golden Lions opening drive. Senior quarterback R.J. George is out there. He's got two running backs with him. He's got Chad Reed, and it looks like Buck Ussery as well. And right away a flag comes down from the side judge, and he's going to talk to the white hat, and let's see what the call is. False start, Shelby, so we haven't even run an offensive play, and the Golden Lions have been penalized twice. That's something that you said in the pregame has plagued the Golden Lions throughout the first three games of the season. 1st and 15, Shelby, and George hands off to Chad Reed, and Chad bounces it outside, and he's got the 5-yard on first down.
And he absolutely ran over, I think, number 23 for the Hilltoppers, Desmond Whitesides, who is one of their halfbacks and cornerbacks, and he just ran over Desmond Whitesides and got 5 more yards. That's a great run.
Pickup of 10, and it's 2nd and 5. And again, the official comes in and blows the whistle. There's no flags down, but we'll have to see what's going on here. And it's a restart of the play clock. So Shelby with a fresh play clock. 11:14 to go first quarter. No score. Hand off to Buck Ussery, and he's plowing his way behind the right guard. It's just a couple for Buck. He's across the 40 to the 41.5. Pickup of a couple. And it's going to bring up about a third. And
Shelby's an unusual formation. They've got a halfback directly beside George and then a tailback behind George. And so that's one of the first times I've seen this formation by Shelby in the last 4 years.
2 receivers left, 1 right, and it's a handoff to Reed. He's got Ussery, lead blocker, and he's fighting his way to the sideline, and he gets the first down, but there's another flag that comes out.
And that's in a place for a hold or a block in the back. And so hopefully this is not the way that it's going to go for the Golden Lions tonight. It is the block in the back, and that penalty is going to be from the 43. So we're right back to the 33, and so that's the third penalty. We've had 2 10-yard penalties and a 5-yard penalty. And so now the Golden Lions are sitting in 3rd and 11 now from their own 33-yard line.
Chad Reed, and then another Shelby penalty. So 3rd down, 11 at the 33-yard line. And this time Shelby's showing a 3 wide receiver set to the right and 1 to the left. George rolls to his right. He's got time, and he's going deep. And he's got a man there, and that's Cavassier Shell at the 20. 15 and driven out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Golden Lions with a Pegram Insurance first down deep in RS territory.
And they're going to actually spot him out of bounds at the 11-yard line, but that was I tell you what was great about that play. RJ had plenty of time. RJ rolled out. Now, he took a hit as he was throwing the ball, but that was from the guy way back outside. They had 6 men, and we had 5 to block them, and we left the 1 wide man. And so that was a good job by the offense.
On 1st and 10 from the 11, and he's inside the 5-yard line with a big pickup for the Golden Lions on first down.
And did they signal to stop the clock? And so do we have another penalty? I'm not sure what okay, we had a helmet come off, number 44, Hines for RS lost his helmet. So that's why the clock stopped. So it's 2nd down and 4 from the 5-yard line.
Pickup of 6, and it's Buck Ussery, and he cuts to the left, and he's into the end zone. If he is, touchdown Golden Lions. Buck Ussery from 5 yards out, and the Golden Lions are on top 6-0 here at the 10:02 mark of the first quarter, courtesy of Buck Ussery, and that's a Ed Green Construction take it to the house touchdown for your Golden Lions. Coach, first time the Golden Lions had the football.
Except for the offsides and the block in the back, it was a great series by the offensive line. The kick is up and good.
And the Golden Lions take a 7-0 lead. Let's take a 30-second break. We'll be back with a Jim and Jay's Pizza Factory kickoff right after.
With the new Echo SunTech infrared heater from Cleveland Lumber Company in Shelby. It's a 3-in-1 product, an infrared heater, a humidifier, and an air purifier with a 5-year factory warranty on the PTC heat element. The Echo SunTech infrared heater allows you to heat by zones instead of an entire area. Zone heating allows you to keep unoccupied areas cooler than normal, thereby reducing your heating bill. See one today at Cleveland Lumber Company, 217 Arrowwood Street in Shelby.
Back to Shelby High, where the Golden Lions have gone on top of RS Central 7-0 here, just a couple of minutes into the contest. Richard Wright's got it teed up from the 40 for a Jim and Jay's Pizza Factory kickoff, and he gets a good leg into this one, and he'll drive Tyrese Tate all the way back inside his 5-yard line. Tate cuts it to the outside, and he's just going to wander outside of bounds at the 21-yard line. Good coverage by Shelby.
Really good coverage, and Tyrese Tate is Mr. Everything, for RS. He runs back kicks, he runs back punts, and he's the quarterback. And so Richard with a nice 59-yard kick and
25 down there at the 21. So let's see how RS comes out. It's Tate under center, Ashley behind him in kind of a wing formation. Man in motion is McIntyre, and it looks like Ashley on first down, and he gets maybe a yard and a half. Nick Terrell, Justin Turner, and Demario Houston on the tackle for the Golden Lions.
Great gang tackling that time by the Golden Lions.
And it's just a short pickup of 1 yard, so the tackling we like to see out of the Golden Lions, it was a little bit absent last week. Good to see that on the first play. And on second down, it's Ashley again. This time he gets through the initial shield and gets out across the 25 to the 28-yard line.
The first hit. Now there were several other Golden Lions that jumped on the pile, but after we watched that last week, it almost it just kind of gets on your nerves when you see the fullback running into the secondary.
3rd down and 4. So a big 3rd down already opportunity here for RS Central, and it's going to be Ashley again, and he's got a first down as he's across the 30 and all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So that's a pickup of about 8 yards.
And again, the first man to make the hit was Justin Turner. The trouble is he's making the hit 5 yards downfield.
It is a pickup of 8. And so far, Ashley, 3 carries for 14 yards for the Hilltoppers. And he's had the most success, really, on that left side of the offensive line. 1st and 10, nothing around, but Shelby's all over this one in the backfield. Dax Hollifield, the first one there. And then Kent Clemens in there to clean up, and that's going to be a no gain on the play.
Well, what they did that time was they walked G9 up there a little bit late, and he knocked the center backwards. And when you knock that center backwards, there's not a whole lot of good stuff that's going to happen after that. And they ran a zone play, and he tried to cut back inside. He cut back into nothing. So great play that time, second, and they were lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage that time.
2nd down and 10, McIntyre in motion. Handoff to the second man through. Can't see the number up to the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 5. 23 Whitesides. So after McIntyre gets nothing, Whitesides gets 5. But again, it's a 3rd and 5 for RSN.
And that's the first time I've seen that. They brought the halfback in motion and then gave it to him more of an isolation look. And they're running a tight end, which they hadn't done a lot this week.
Actually, this time, and Shelby's not fooled. They get him in the backfield. That's a yard loss. Clay Husky, Kent Clemens again. So that Shelby front 4 doing a good job there on that 3rd down play.
Much better than what we saw the entire ball game against South Point, and that puts Central in a situation where they're in a punt formation, and we've already got a score right now. East Rutherford has picked up a fumble and scored, and they're leading Kings Mountain 7-0.
High snap, good rush by Shelby. The kick's off, and it's going to be fielded by Chad Reed back at the down, but not until he's in RS territory at the 41-yard line. Big return by Chad Reed as he goes about 34 yards on that return.
It was a 35-yard punt and a 34-yard return, so the Golden Lions are in business on the RS 41-yard line.
So you can't argue with that kind of field position as the Shelby defense does their job. And let's see what R.J. George and company can do. Again, Shelby with the two-back set, and the ball's on the ground. R.J. can't handle it, and it's a turnover. Low snap. He tried to turn around, and instead of going to the ground to get it, he tried to pick it up, and RS falls on it at the 47-yard line. So turnover, Golden Lions. Something very similar last week, Coach, in the one of the first series of the ball game where the same thing happened. RJ couldn't handle the low snap and couldn't pick it up on his first attempt, and the defense jumps on it. 2 weeks in a row. Let's see if the defense can bail them out.
I believe we might have lined up offsides this time. I think at defensive end, Siobhan Miller is offsides, and he is. So that's another 5-yard penalty on the Golden Lions. That's 4 penalties for 30 yards right now, and we need to swiftly put an end to the silly 5-yard penalties.
And that puts RS into Shelby territory at the 48-yard line. So just like that, what looked like great field position for the Golden Lions has turned into great field position for the Hilltoppers. Madison is there to meet him in the backfield. That was Whitesides, and he gets up slowly, and that is a loss of 3 yards on the play.
Now what RS did right there is just an old-fashioned wing tee play. It's called the stutter trap, and that trap is you've got to block the nose guard, and they neglected to block the nose guard that time because G9 walked up over the center and walked into the backfield and just delivered quite a shot. So 2nd down and 8.
And this time rolling to his left is Tate, and he's going to take off. He's got a lot of run room. Damian Key in pursuit and forces Tate out of bounds at the Shelby 47-yard line. So it's shy of the 1st down. We'll have to see just how shy.
It's going to be 4 yards, about a long 3 pass. That's 228 waggle, and number 2, Tate. He really likes to run it when he can, and so he did a good job with that. And that's a huge play for the Golden Lions and the Hilltoppers.
3rd
and
down,
I think,
4.
Mike Cheek is just taking a timeout for Central.
Let's take a 1-minute timeout, and we'll be back.
Good credit, bad credit, no credit? Apply today and ride today at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Pick up this week's What's Up Shopper for some great deals with 0 money down and rates as low as 2.99%. See the new Polaris Ranger 500 Crew for as low as $10,000. The brand new Yamaha Grizzly 125 is only $35.99. And for the lake, get the 2014 Yamaha Superjet for only $71.50. Full Throttle Power Sports. Exit 22 off I-85 in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com. It's America's Mattress Sale at Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center in Shelby. Save now on the 2013 Inventory Reduction Sale. All 2013 mattress sets must go. Get free delivery, free setup, free haul away. Get the sleep you need, guaranteed. Save on the Serta Perfect Sleeper for only $299 for queen size. Get special 12-month financing and big pillows just $39. America's Mattress from Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center, 1241 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
Strike in the distance, but within eye shot and earshot here of Blanton Memorial Stadium, and as such, the officials have gathered and decided to clear the field for a lightning delay. So I think that's at least 15 minutes.
I believe it's at least
or
30
maybe
minutes.
30 minutes. Yeah. So I'll tell you what, let's take another 3-minute break, and we'll work on a little bit of an audio issue we're evidently having, and we'll come back and talk it out a little bit and and see what we can gather from this lightning delay. Back in 3 minutes.
The easiest way home is with Homestar Financial Corporation in Shelby. Bob Webb invites you to come in and talk with one of their financial specialists about your new home, from conventional loans to FHA to VA and to USDA. And all loan programs are available to qualified buyers. Homestar Financial manages the entire mortgage process with outstanding customer service that produces a high level of customer satisfaction. Find out more today. Visit Homestar Financial Corporation, 306 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, or call 704-482-2588. Honda's line of 4-Trax Rancher all-terrain vehicles are America's favorite ATVs because they're always improving. That's especially true with the all-new 2014 Ranchers, like the new double cradle steel chassis and aggressively styled bodywork that's just as tough as it is good-looking. So head on down to Honda of Shelby, Highway 74 Bypass East in Shelby, and see the entire 2014 Honda Rancher line. You'll see why these midsize ATVs are truly the best on earth. Honda of Shelby, Highway 74 East.
Medical Arts Pharmacy is your locally owned independent hometown pharmacy. Unlike the big chain stores, Medical Arts Pharmacy calls you by name and treats you like family and friends, not a number. Medical Arts has more National Board certified technicians and personnel than other pharmacies to keep down your waiting time on prescriptions. Online refills at medicalartsofshelby.com. Medical Arts Pharmacy, 108 Grover Street near the hospital in Shelby. Call 704-487-8068.
Service. That's hard to find when it comes to lawn and garden equipment. Not anymore. Head to Parker Farm Service in Kings Mountain. Parker Farm Service services all major brands, makes, and models. Call Mary McHenry to set up your appointment at 704-259-6130. And Parker Farm Service welcomes Kenny Barbie to their service department. 24-hour turnaround with in-house parts, plus delivery and pickup is available. Parker Farm Service on Bessie Drive at the Highway 74 Bypass, Oak Grove Road intersection in Kings Mountain.
First quarter of play, so the Golden Lions on top, but looks like we're going to have about a 30-minute delay or more. And due to that, we'll talk a little bit about other stuff, I guess, Coach. So Golden Lions lead 7-0. We'll try to get you some scores from surrounding games, too, and to give you some updates. Here, Shelby's going to, I guess their defense is on the field, and our Central's going to have a 3rd and 4 whenever they come back, but that could be some time.
Yeah, it's there's a massive storm in Boiling Springs right now, and what's happening is things are coming west to east. I know that I've got one score so far. Kings Mountain had a 9-yard gain on the first. Burns at 7:27, they already had rain at Burns, and I hadn't heard anything as far as anything going on there, and. So, this is why a lot of people played their game on Thursday night. I know there were about 8 or 9 schools just east of here that went ahead and played on Thursday night. I know the Golden Lion JVs won last night, but apparently it was at RS Central, and apparently that game was shortened due to a storm. I read that in the paper.
So I know a guy from Works from Onslow County, he said most of the teams, even out that way, played last night as well. So a lot of teams got their games in last night with the weather threat. I guess, why don't we go over the scoring summary, and we'll give you some stats from what we have, and then we'll take a little bit of a break, and there's a chance we may switch over to another game that's still in progress, and then bring you back here when our game starts back. But before that, let's go over the Okie Tire game recap.
Well, with 10:02 left in the first quarter, Buck Ushery had a 5-yard touchdown run. Richard Wright's point after touchdown made it 7-0, and that's all the scoring that we have. Shelby took the opening kickoff. and ran it back to the 34 after a penalty, and then scored the typically long Shelby drive, 1 minute and 46 seconds, and had two first downs and touchdown. And after one first down and Central punted the ball away, Shelby had a good return and then turned it over. And that's pretty much where we are right now, with RS looking at a third down and a long 3 or a short 4 inside Shelby territory.
And I'll go ahead and take this opportunity to do the Chris McDaniel Allstate Insurance stat sheet. So midway through the first quarter, RS Central leading rusher is Matt Ashley. He's got 4 carries so far for 13 yards. Desmond Whitesides has 2 carries for 2 yards. Tyrese Tate, the quarterback, 1 carry for 4 yards. And McIntyre, Tyron McIntyre, 1 carry for no gain. For the Golden Lions, Chad Reed has 18 yards on 3 carries, and R.J. George has lost 6 yards on 1 carry. That was also a lost fumble. Passing game, George 1 out of 1 for 56 yards. That completion to Cavassier Shell, and that's where we stand with the stats right now. Let's take another 3-minute break, and we'll get a hold of Radio Central and see if we're going to try to join another game or if we're going to keep it right here. Back in 3 minutes.
Cooking out? Then head to the